This podcast is literally proof that you do not need to be incredibly intelligent and understand the most complex business subjects to be hyper rich and hyper successful if you know the things to focus on. And if it's the Alex Hermosi and Logan Paul podcast, let's first compare net worths and ages of these two. Logan Paul's net worth is approximately $150 million, and that's from YouTube, boxing, WWE, the energy drink, which is probably worth substantially more now. He also has some degree of a stake in Lunchly. And so it's between $150 million. And that's outside of any investments or anything else that he had made. And then Alex Hermosi's is approximately $200 million. I would say it's substantially more than this, especially after his $100 million day book launch. And from an asset side. But I would say they do have substantially similar net worths, but age is also a big portion of that. So Logan Paul is 30, Alex Hermosi is 37. So when Logan Paul is 37, I guarantee you he is a substantially higher net worth than Alex Hermosi when he is 37. But in this podcast, Logan Paul looks so confused by what Alex Hermosi is talking about. He doesn't understand any of the business concepts. When Alex Hermosi is, if he was talking high level and saying, oh yeah, if you just want to sell your business, you need to have a good LTV to CAC ratio, and you need to have all of these ratios in track, and then you're good to sell a business and sell a brand. Even this, Alex Hermosi simplifying it as well as he possibly could, Logan Paul was visually exceptionally confused. Yet he's going to be substantially richer at his age. That's because he understood the leverage and focused on the right things. And if you just become incredibly, undeniably good at something that has exceedingly amounts of leverage, where Logan Paul was very good at getting views and he was getting hundreds of millions of views online, and that related to being able to market businesses very well because he had so many eyeballs and he was so good at branding himself. That led to such an outsized return. And Hermosi is trying to do the exact same thing. That's actually why he got into content, because Alex Hermosi said that he saw all these super young billionaires like Kylie Jenner or the Rock or Conor McGregor starting to get involved with a brand and instantly make $1 billion because they had so much distribution.
A lot of business and life is just knowing what the highest leverage and highest priority task that needs to get done and what to focus on, and then focusing and sometimes just hyper obsessing over that one thing. For Logan Paul, it was, I am going to hyper focus and hone in on becoming the best in the world at growing my social media. And that led to his brand having so much exposure, he could sell anything. So he can go out and sell his stupid fucking drinks, and that can make him hundreds of millions of dollars. In every business, you are just providing some degree of a service, and there is a constraint of every single business. I have a social media marketing agency where we are doing all the organic media for large businesses, 8-figure plus for the most part, and doing all the organic, all the back-end funnels and converting those views into customers. We're bringing in sponsors to, once we start to get them a lot of views, because that's worth a lot of money. And we are in the ultra high-end luxury business, which the biggest constraint for us is the attracting the highest caliber talent and incentivizing the best people in the world to work for us. A lot of people think you need more clients. Clients will churn out if you do not provide the best quality service in the entire world. So I know that if we could just attract 100,000 people per year that want to work for us, and we have the best training system and the best incentives system, and we find the best people in the world, we could hit the goals of taking 5% of the market share, where we just want 10,000 of these businesses, and there's 200,000 plus in the US, and we just want a small fraction of it in the next few years. And that would make us a multi-billion-dollar company. But for that, the only thing that matters is, are we showing the best results at all times? And that's how the business grows. And so if I solved for that one thing, that would make us, or not, that would not instantly make us a multi-billion-dollar company, but that would be the constraint from getting us there, because sales are super easy. Because when we do what we say we were going to do, every client we get brings us 5 to 10 more clients. And then all of those new people bring us new clients. That's how we've grown to a few dozen clients now, 100% word of mouth. We will start to do sales for our company. But it is very easy to get sales when you have an incredible product and you're providing the best value because your clients don't churn. There's a reason why our clients have not churned. And so knowing what to focus on and in what order is sometimes the most important thing, because I always knew that this was the constraint of the business. But we had to get to where we were doing hundreds of thousands of dollars to make it my number one priority. Because before, I had to improve the systems. We had to hire some key people. We had to make sure every single role was aligned and incentivized, and we knew what worked and what didn't. And we just had to get better at our actual jobs. And sometimes it just takes building a large foundation, which allows you to scale an infinitely large skyscraper, which is exactly what we were going to do. I mean, it is so exciting. But every business, you have to know what the constraint is. And if you hyper focus on that constraint, you could make unfathomable amounts of money. Think about Jeff Bezos, and I really look up to him from an entrepreneurial side, where he just had a clear vision. Speed. He wanted to make it to where you could shop online and it would come to your door in the quickest time humanly possible. Think about how long Amazon took to be able to do that. I mean, it was a decade. They started in the 90s and they didn't have Amazon like delivery for a decade after that plus. But I guarantee you in a lot of ways that he already foresaw that type of vision, where the vision was people are willing to pay for quickness and convenience, to where now you can click one button on your laptop or on your phone, and that same day or the next day, you are going to have a package delivered with whatever you just ordered. I mean, it completely revolutionized shopping completely. And a lot of that was just focusing on, we need to be the fastest and the most convenient and the easiest to use. So knowing what to focus on and then blowing that the fuck up. And it's just utilizing scarce resources to the best of your ability, because every single person has limited time, limited resources, limited money, limited availability. And so when you have a team, you need to know, how do you utilize that team to the best degree possible, to where everyone knows how what they're doing is impacting the business in the future vision, and then can get to that clear goal, which is why having the mission and having such a good company culture is so important, which is why that's what we spend so much time focusing on, especially because we're hiring about 5 people. This past week, we hired 5 people. We're really fucking like scaling astronomically, but we need to maintain culture at scale. We need to maintain the vision at scale. It's just a new set of like rules that the entrepreneur is playing by. And I knew that this was the most important thing, but it wasn't the next thing. So, you know, what is the next best thing that I should be doing? Because this might have been the best, but it wasn't next. Because without the foundation and the structure and the systems in the business, we never would have been able to get to this point. So knowing what to focus on, when to focus on it, and then doing that. And that is not really intelligence, in my opinion. It's just knowing how to utilize your focus and your resources to the best degree possible for how to make your vision come to reality.